Hi, my name is Haley. I'm a freshman studying magazine journalism.
My name is Drew. I am a freshman studying international relations.
My name is Nikita. I'm a sophomore studying finance and economics on the pre-med track.
So for our project, we watched the first 3 episodes of Happy Valley with students from Nottingham High School, and we really wanted to focus on the character of Catherine. So first, we're going to look at the dinner scene where Catherine goes to her son's house for dinner.
So if you guys, so first thing that we can notice is the body language that Catherine versus her ex has. Catherine is very comfortable in that situation, especially talking about how she's already a grandparent. When her son and his wife announce that they are going to be expecting. Her ex's wife says to her ex-husband, "Oh, this is great, you're already going to be a grandparent," and Catherine points out that they are already grandparents. Now, the fact that she says it right to Catherine's ex suggests that, it's just a few things. Number one, because she was saying it just to her ex-husband, suggests that he may have already disowned their already pre-existing grandchild who is right there at the table. They don't talk about it that much because he is there. So we also wonder, is his class status one of the reasons that they don't want to recognize him as a person present?
Yeah, and some of those visual cues we're seeing are clearly when she walks into the house, she's dressed a lot more casually. She's in a flannel. Everyone else looks a little more put together. And when she walks in, there's a bit of discomfort. We wonder if that is because of the class differences. We can see that he's living in a home where there's a lot more money. One small detail was that even at the dinner table, they're all drinking out of wine glasses, and Catherine's not. Just the small things of different statuses, and their conversation mainly revolves around work and what people are doing for jobs. And then as soon as they start talking about Brian and being a grandparent, the conversation
Everything gets a little
falls.
bit tense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
gets kind of awkward, like when she says like to the ex-husband that he's gonna be a grandparent. They kind of like pause for a second and then they change the subject.
Yeah.
And the ex-husband like sips on his wine and Catherine is just kind of like sitting there.
Yeah, and everybody feels the tension.
Mhm.
But I think because that they're of a higher class and they feel that there is maybe a time and a place to talk about these sorts of things, and they don't want to acknowledge the fact that Catherine's ex-husband has already disowned his pre-existing grandchild is because of their class. I mean, Catherine even goes to the house with a black eye, and you know somebody kind of focuses on that and says, "Oh my God, you know, are you okay?" and something like that. She says, "Well, it's just work," as if that's something that is normal, as if you know that's just all in a day's work. You know how, like a carpenter having a splinter in his hand or something, which does make her seem, I guess, a bit. It makes her seem significantly more tough, and it also brings attention to the fact that she is comfortable talking about difficult things, such as pointing out in that moment that she is already a grandparent. You know, it's such a great moment. Even Catherine herself is brought to tears because she's gonna have another grandchild, and if somebody said, "Oh, you're gonna have another grandchild," this problem would be avoided because there would be no implication that Catherine's grandchild, who she is raising and who is there right now, is disowned.
So, since Ryan is a product of rape and we know that Catherine's ex-husband doesn't accept him for that, we had an interesting discussion with the Nottingham students, and they think that this is a matter of reading a situation as a man versus reading as a woman. We see, as Drew mentioned, that Catherine got visibly emotional. She started crying when she heard that she was having another grandchild, and I guess we discussed that maybe that's reading it as a woman, but we see these tensions more so coming from the economic differences between Catherine and her ex-husband. They're of different class statuses, and we see that through the visual cues in the scene. And
I think like the tension also comes from like Ryan being a product of rape, because we see like from the house, like mentioned before, that the ex-husband is kind of a higher status, and that's kind of important to him to keep like his perception of being in a higher class, and so that's why he doesn't accept Ryan, because like rape is kind of like looked down upon, and Catherine is more sympathetic and stuff because like she knows where she is like economically, and she knows she's of working class, and so she's more accepting.
Yeah, I think another detail is, well, not another detail, but something that's found throughout the series and also throughout these 3 episodes, is that Catherine, and this is partially due to her lower class and also due to what she does and what she does for a living. She's a police officer, and also how she exercises her power. Again, to go back to the main thesis, she is not somebody who is typically intimidated by touchy subjects, and she doesn't consider her adopted son, her grandson, being a product of rape as such a touchy subject. I mean, when she even mentions the fact that she already has a grandchild, I don't want to keep going back to it, but everybody at the dinner table gets quiet. Everybody kind of looks at each other, and they kind of, you know, somebody takes a sip. Richard, Catherine's ex-husband, takes a sip from his glass to sort of like go to the next subject. And Catherine obviously is like somewhat uncomfortable about that too, because she doesn't want to make her grandson feel uncomfortable by talking about it. She can still respect that, and she understands that there will be serious tension, like social tension, because of that. But she, at the same time, is not as afraid to talk about that, and she exercises her power and her opinion in that scene far more powerful than any of the other characters do.
so now that we've seen how Catherine works in a situation in her personal life, let's take a look at how she operates in her work life.